D. Grayer.
Craig Karahuda.
What's
The time is
happening?
here. The time is here.
The time is here. Get a little light on in here where I'm at. It's a little dark behind me. Not that anybody wants to see me anyway, but whatever. So we had a good turkey day yesterday, and
good turkey day with the fam. That's always good. And condolences to you and yours. I know it was a tough time for everybody and Tara. So
thank you.
My prayers were with you during this time, Craig. So Tara, it's always a tough time, but
appreciate that.
We're all thinking about you always. So
thank you. All right, well, let's get going. Everybody's fat and laying around right now, and they want to find out who's coming to nationals. So let's just dig right into this thing and get going here and give everybody what they came here for, or as Ralph Moore would say, give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. All right, so the schedule of events is up here on the screen. Saturday, 6 o'clock. You're going to tune into YouTube, go to the AYF Facebook page. There'll be some links coming out this week live on YouTube, presented by Varsity Media, the live seating draw show to determine who's playing who. The brackets will be set by that seating draw. Sunday, we will switch gears and we will check in at Paradise Coast Sports Complex this year from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And again, anyone who's been there earlier in the day, the quicker the process is. The later in the day, the longer the process is. It's just simple. So if you're in Naples on Saturday and your team came in early, don't sit at the hotel. Don't sit at the house. Get up, get over, get in, and get out. It makes things a lot easier on all of us. So morning is a lot better, and it's for everyone. Head coaches meeting 8 o'clock that night back in the stadium. Go over housekeeping stuff, meet with the head official, and some other stuff. Then we're going to play football Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A lot of football. And championship games are on Friday and Saturday, and we'll go over more scheduling stuff in a little bit. D, anything on the schedule of events that I missed?
No, that's just game days, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But you hit it all. You hit it all.
All right. AYFchampionships.com is live. It's been live. If you need any forms or you need to understand the cost of admission or the parking charge at daily or, the divisions and the days and the events guidebook that tells you everything about the event, the schedule I post, it's all up there. The safety protocol document is there. Please read it. Tells you what you can and cannot bring into the facility. So that site is live. That site has all the information. It's your go-to place for what's going on. So, D, you want to go through this or you want me to go through it?
Yeah, go ahead and hit it.
All right. Again, subject to change. What won't change is Friday and Saturday. If your championship games are set for Friday and Saturday, they will be Friday or Saturday. Could something change during the week? Yes. Could we have an odd number of teams in a bracket because someone decided to pull the double pump and not show up or cancel at the last minute? And then someone might have a couple of days off with a bye, so we may move a game a day earlier. So just because it says D2, 8U, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, say someone doesn't show up or someone pulls out at the last minute from the bracket, somebody that would have played their first game Tuesday might not play till Thursday. So we might make that game Wednesday or so on and so forth. Something. We're not going to make a wholesale change, but a game or two, maybe move a different day that's on here. So,
we have Craig. So the reason being on that is we hope every team keeps their word and does what they say they're going to do. And if they're not, you guys need to communicate that up front because there's a lot of work that goes into putting this schedule together. So we're trying to make it as highly valuable as possible for everyone that's coming to the national championships. So if we have a team, we don't want teams sitting in the hotel because if you get a bye, that means you see when the game starts. So game days are starting on a Monday or Tuesday, automatically the way it goes. But now if you had a game scheduled for a Monday or for a Tuesday, and now we have an odd number or whatever, buys happen. It's just part of the championship. Some people get excited about the bye, right, Craig? And some people lose their mind about the bye. So it's both ways. So it's not a one size fits all for everyone. So, but the teams that don't like it now, they got to sit in the hotel a couple extra days versus getting there on check-in, and now they don't have a game on Monday or Tuesday. So obviously that next game will be, Wednesday or Thursday potentially. So that's the tough part. So, we just want everybody to communicate, but that's where Craig's talking. Your championship game won't change, but we may have to make some adjustments in the middle of the week to get those teams potentially, if we can have a game take place a little earlier for one of those teams that are in a bye. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that. Hopefully all communication is up there. But if you have some issues or potentially may not be able to roll or something happens, we just need to know right away. And we always say that, right, Craig? Look, guys, yes or no is great, maybe, or a last minute drop or something. If there's an issue right now with your team, if there's something going on that's not feeling right, just let us know that, because there are qualified teams that maybe one-loss teams that lost a regional by an extra point, that's willing and ready to go because they fundraise and they're like waiting for slots right now. Hey, look, and getting one of those bids is not a negative. We've had teams go and run the table there because they're potentially one of the best teams in the nation, but they just happen to get knocked off in a conference, regional, or state championship. So I think we got enough on that. So that's kind of how that game works. That's the biggest piece of us doing this puzzle, Craig, right? And figuring this out. So we just want to make sure that we want to bring value to every team that comes, and we'll adjust this as needed.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to keep moving along. Team check-in is mandatory for all teams. Paradise Coast Sports Complex, again, 9 to 6 on Sunday. All players must wear their game jersey to check in. Must wear their game jersey to check in. I need game jerseys on every player. There's a team photo being taken. Okay, please wear the game jersey. Plus, it's much easier to tell who's with who when everybody's in a game jersey. Okay, check in before noon is always the quickest part of the day. Have your book, have your certified envelope if you went to regionals or had the region do a pre-certified envelope. If you didn't, have your IDs and your proof of age all with you when you show up at check-in. Now, again, if you don't have a pre-certified envelope because you're a Division I team and you didn't get with your regional rep beforehand, you will spend a little more time at check-in than people that have it, because you're going to have to go up and have your paperwork checked. I'll go over a map shortly and show you guys how the process is going to work at Paradise Coast versus in the hotel like last year. D, anything on this?
Two things. If you can, get with your regional, and try to get that certified in advance. It would behoove you to do so. Get that done if you can. You want to get in, get out, get your kids and get everybody in motion and rolling. So that, and also to the game jersey. I know, my teams went, we looked good. We had our gear, we had our sweatsuits, we had all these different things. We wanted to come out and show what we look like. Look good. Some wear ties, some wear these different things. Make sure you have your jersey with you though. So if you're coming out with a nice sweatsuit, make sure the jersey's on. So that's just part of it. It's a great opportunity. And we're trying to get all these kids exposure as much as possible. And that's a photo where these guys will know that. And we get special guests sometimes that come visit us and they want to look at that photo and see who's who. So
we need the photos when it's over too to promote our national champions.
Indeed. So you want to be in part of that. If you don't have that, your team won't be included in those things. So it's really an easy attention to detail type thing. That's what we're teaching these kids with the game of football and life. Wear the jersey. That's it.
All right. So here's the map of how things work. Coaches, you're going to get all this stuff on Monday emailed to you, or I shouldn't say coaches. The person in the roster software that registered you with that email from your organization will get something at some point Monday afternoon from me with a bunch of information, including these maps. So when you're coming in, you're going to come in, and the best scenario for you in the morning is to park in the Cove parking lot, which is this GPS address on the top of the screen. Okay. You're going to walk in where it says the Cove, drinks and food trucks. There will be food trucks out there. The outdoor bar and games and stuff will be open for parents to relax and chill while the kids are going through the process. And you will come up to the Great Lawn, which people that have been there knows that that's down below the award stage behind the stadium. And you will be greeted by our people. We will get your team together. Once your entire team is together, we will enter your team through Gate B, which is right here in the red. They'll come up the top of the stadium. Now, again, line up and go all the way around Glossy Finish. You'll have the photo booth set up in the back where it says Glossy Finish Photo. You will come down to this yellow area, which is going to be giant tented area. You're going to do your player verification, pick up your swag bags, and you will leave out the gate here. Again, if you're going to, this lot gets full, park in the back in the south parking, but fill up as much in the front as possible. It will be easier to walk in over there. You may have to walk from the side. All fields and access to the park are closed. They are closed. There is no access to the park. The gates will be shut. The only access is to the stadium area. So, again, come get your business done. Get out and go home, go back to the house, go rest up, come back to the coaches meeting, get ready to play football the next day. Now, when you come in Gate B, when you meet our people at the Great Lawn, there'll be a tent set up. Usually it's Toya, Sequoia, and a couple of the ladies will be there. See the girls, and they'll, and then we'll move you around. But if you don't have your envelope pre-certified, they're going to tell you to come in through Gate B, and you're going to get sent up to this yellow area, which is the party deck, which is the suites. And our people doing paperwork will be up in the suites. Now, once your paperwork's done, you come back out, grab your team at the lawn, and get rolling. Now, again, another thing, if you don't have that envelope, it's okay to send Team Mom over in the morning with it and tell her to call you when she's done or when she's almost ready and get the kids over there so the kids aren't standing around for an hour at the park. You can do that as well. So, again, don't need everybody there until you have that envelope ready. So, D, anything on this?
No, just the right part of that deal. All fields will be closed. We have teams trying to sneak in and jump the fence to try to get practice. We don't have just with our communication with the facility and understanding the respect there. There's no practice guys on those fields, so it's no access. So just make sure you go find some grass somewhere else and get that practice in. So I know teams want to they see the beautiful turf and everything and want to get it going, but unfortunately we're not set to have to manage all of that with our staffing and their staffing. So we just want to make sure we communicate that up front. There's no practicing on those fields. So please respect that.
And coaches, pay attention to your kids because that's not going to be taken well from our side, from the park side, or anybody's side if we try to sneak into that park. We're going to have an issue. So let's not start the week off on a bad note. Pay attention to those kids when they're there. We'll be selling the wristbands for the weekly spectators in the Cove area. So parents come over with the team. They want to get their wristbands going and everything from 9 to 5. It's cash only sales, and there is no ATM on site. So stop at the gas station up the corner, stop at the bank, make sure you have your cash. That goes for every morning. Tickets are cash only. All that info is on the AYF Championship site. While I see a question there is no set time for check-in. Check-in is open from 9 to 6. Come
knock
early.
It out.
Come
knock
early.
It out, guys.
Come early. I'm looking at the comment. What time does 9UD2 check in? All right, guys, let me get a couple pay the bill stuff over here. Double Good still got that 4-day fundraiser rolling. If you need some more money to get down to nationals, get with Robin Coe. Her email's below at Double Good and get locked up today. Get that fundraiser going. You could go early next week and you could have some money in your bank account to even feed the kids, do some extra stuff while you get there. Well, while you're there, that money will be coming through into your account. So get with Robin. A lot of people have made good money in a short period of time with help getting down to football and cheer nationals. So again, get with Robin. Varsity Media. All 300 and whatever games will be live streamed home from Varsity Media. Okay, varsitymedia.com/collections, American Youth Football, varsitymediapass.com. It's all on our Facebook page already. People at home can get all their can get all the games. Coaches can buy the stream package, watch all the games in their division. So it's good stuff. So get yourself set up. Get your grandmas, grandpas, moms or dads that can't make it down. Get them set up and locked in for the tournament. You get every single game for one price. All right, Glossy Finish. Glossy Finish only does 300 action shots. Okay, they will only be doing the first 300 players that sign up. It's first come, first serve. Make sure you get your players signed up. Go to glossyfinish.com/AYF and get your players locked in. This sells out every single year. So if mom and dad want those action shots and those posters, get with it now. Okay. And breaking news from a couple weeks ago, MVP awards this year, Shut Vices, Sertor Sports, our partner, will be giving all MVPs of all national championship games, the MVP, a custom Shut or Vices helmet, whatever color he wants, whatever kind of face mask he wants for being the MVP. Okay?
That's sweet.
So it's an amazing MVP award. It's not something that sits on a shelf. It's a functional, usable MVP award. So they'll be around all week. They're going to have some deals for coaches. If they buy helmets, they're going to give helmets away. So make sure you get over and see those guys at the vendor area. All right, let's keep moving. Mandatory head coaches meeting. One member of the staff competing must attend the coaches meeting. If you don't attend, you won't receive your envelope with your wristbands that get you onto the field and into Paradise Coast. 8 p.m. in the stadium bleachers. So, understand you're going to come in and check in, coach. You're going to have your roster, and your roster is going to say you have 8 coaches and 1 team mom, and they're going to stuff 8 bands, 1 team mom band, and 2 NPR bands on top of your roster into an envelope. Write your name on it. You're going to pick that up when you walk into the coaches meeting at the table. So you got to come back and get your stuff, or you're not going to be able to get in when it's time to play football the next day or the day after. Okay, guys, it's anybody asking questions, I'm going to download this. Plus, this is live. You can rewatch it right after it's over on Facebook, but it will be up on YouTube. All right.
Hey, before we get into that, guys,
I'm sorry, go.
Understand on those wristbands, make sure someone's there. Because in the past, we've had no one show up, and then game day morning, you're trying to come in there and get your teams in and get through the gates. The first day is, everyone doesn't know what to do. People are moving a little slow, driving, looking at their navigation, trying to figure out what gate to park at. Get your wristbands. You don't want to deal with that and have to figure out, okay, where does the AYF staff have our badges at? You're still trying to figure out where to park. First of all, you don't want to try to figure out. So just be proactive and make sure you send someone over that night to the coaches meeting. Make sure that happens. Very important.
Okay.
All right.
Guys asking about media passes. The media link's been closed since 11/15. It was open for 4 months. Anybody that put in for media passes got an email last week. It told them how to pick up their credentials. All right, here's the park. We do have the #1 complex in the country for a national championship. 9 fields, all turf. Field looks the same on Monday as it does on Championship Saturday. We need to respect the facility. We need to use the bathrooms. There's plenty of them. There's no reason to try to use the bathroom outside. There's garbage cans everywhere. Throw your trash in the garbage. Let's treat the facility and the people working there, with respect. It's a beautiful place, and we need to treat it like we are still guests there. They don't have to have us, and we want to keep being here for a very, very long time. So please respect the facility and the people that work there. Behavior, inside the facility, we got to act. We got to be able to act like adults. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably not popular, but I'm going to say it anyway. Dads, husbands, you don't have to defend the ladies when they run in their mouths and starting problems, because we've come to the fact that 60 to 70% of our problems are started by the moms getting all worked up, and then the dads feel the need to get there and defend them, and then we have dumb stuff happen for dumb reasons. Please, there's no reason. It's a kids' football game. There's no reason for it. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose. Somebody's not going to like the call. Somebody's going to like the call. I understand you're at the national championships and everything, but we got to control ourselves. Coaches, there's that one guy or one girl on your group that may be a little rambunctious, if it's a nice word to say, maybe the varsity media passes for them not coming to the park. So I know that might not be something anybody wanted to hear me say, but it's the truth. So let's remember we're at a kids football game, kids games, and let's have a little fun. Here's your facility. There's 2 entry points, the blue parking lot and the orange parking lot. Spectators can enter both those lots, both those gates. There's a lawn in the middle there with food trucks and vendor area. There's obviously 8 turf fields up there. There's this 5,500 seat stadium. There's the team entry gate in the back next to the stadium is where the teams enter. Players and coaches enter through that gate. Park in the orange parking lot and go through that gate. You players cannot go through the main gates with their equipment and their bags. They have to go through that gate to get their stuff checked by security. Security will be wanding people, checking bags, checking purses. You know, we're clear bag only, and those little like clutches for women, but there's nothing that's not clear or the little no, a kid cannot check in on Wednesday. No, if you miss check in, you can check in before your first game. Understand you're going to be checked coming in. We need the teams to go through the team gates. The warm-up fields are there and on the side over there. And, that's basically the map of the complex. Do you have anything about the complex?
Beautiful complex. As Craig said, it's an incredible facility. Just respect it. Talk to your parents about it. I know the players and the teams, you guys are doing your thing. It's kind of the people that aren't getting this communication down. So cascade this information. If there's, when we're staging, especially on check-in day, it got pretty crazy last year where we were. So that's why we're kind of in a bigger area this year where we can move and shake. So just make sure that you utilize the garbage cans and throw things away. If you see trash cans overfilling, come to an AYF staff and we'll make sure we get on the radio and call somebody from the facility to make sure that those the cans are emptied. So sometimes that's always something like, hey, we throw your trash away, but the trash can's already overflowing. So communicate that to us to help us, and we're gonna have staff there. But just respect the facility, man. It's a beautiful place. Just that's it on that, Craig. I think you hit everything else on it.
All right, guys. So go to AYFchampionship.com, read the security protocols. I'm being asked about wagons. I'm being asked about bags. Read the paperwork. I'll also email that out in the packet to the coaches. Go on AYFchampionship.com, read the security protocol. I want to get to these teams and get everybody going. I know everybody has questions. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but D, you wrote this last year. You want to go through it?
Really, it's just the last one, man. Just respect on each one of these. I put represent your team, your family name with pride, both on and off the field. You don't want to be the people getting there that get eliminated for the week, paying all that money to get to Florida to end up watching on varsity media. It's a great place, varsity media, but that's where we're going to have you go because it's a zero tolerance policy. If you can't handle your business and understand what's going on. We understand this. We don't do this, and everybody, invest their time, money, and resources into getting their teams to nationals. We want everybody to compete, but we want you to compete with class. We want you to get through it and understand that there will be 24 champions. That means 24 teams will go undefeated this week. We have hundreds of teams playing. Only 24 will go undefeated. So it's inevitable that the others will take a loss. Now, what happens in between the lines, that you got to understand. They come to me or Craig, or we're standing on the sideline watching the game because we're fans as well. So we want to just watch these games. But if a bad call is made, you guys got to adjust to it. We see that you saw that yesterday on all the games. There was some bad calls made. Sometimes they're going to miss calls. You may get a bad call, but you may have had a call that missed on you earlier. So just be able to adjust to that and coach to it. Parents need to understand that as well. So let's get through it. Represent. Don't get kicked out. We don't want to send anyone home. We don't want to have the sheriffs or the security get involved in nonsense. So nonsense will not be tolerated. It's a zero tolerance policy, and literally you will get removed from the facility and not be able to return to watch your child play, and to do that and see all the other games that are taking place. It's going to be an incredible week. So I think that's all we need to say. Everyone knows what you need to do. Represent.
All right, this is from Phil, the head ref. Your back flaps must be covered. Your knees must be covered. Football pants, not football shorts, and knee pads must be in the pants. Okay. We follow NFHS rules with AYF specific modifications for 6 and 7U and the 2-point PAT for kicks and others. These guidelines are in place to ensure fairness, safety, and consistency for all. Coach, your responsibility to make sure your players are well equipped, and they will check with you. They will check with you before the game. So this will all be in that packet. You must use a Wilson football. Read the AYF rule book. It'll tell you what football. If you're asking what football to use in December, I'm a little confused. But go read the rule book. All right, 2025 AYF National Championships Division 3, 10U. First group up, the Worcester Vikings from Massachusetts, the Delaware Wildcats, the Tucson Soldiers from Arizona, the Craven Jaguars from North Carolina, the El Centro Spartans from California, the Oak Cliff Bengals from Texas, the River Plaza Chargers from New Jersey, and 290 Elite from Illinois. Let me keep rolling.
Keep going.
Division 311U, the Salisbury Rhinos. I'm not sure. I think it's Maryland, Delaware area. Tucson Soldiers from Arizona. 760 Elite from California. Fitchburg Raiders from Massachusetts. The Long Island Knights from New York. And the Calumet City Thunderbolts from Illinois. That's your 11U D3. D312U, the Woodbridge Raiders from Delaware. The Marana Thunder from Arizona. The ECU Seminoles from Texas. Craven Jaguars, North Carolina, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes from California, the Englewood Lions from Illinois, the Millbury Sutton Raiders from Massachusetts, and the Westchester Untouchables from New York. Division 313U, Delaware Wildcats, the Boise Boys from Idaho, El Centro Spartans from Cali, the Water Oak Warriors from Connecticut, first year over here, and won the regional in D313U. The Dorchester Vikings from Delaware, or Maryland, and the Midwest Hawks from Illinois. That is your Division 3 qualifiers. Just so you know, D1 is last, Corey, so stick around, buddy. All right, you want me to roll, or you want to do, or you want me to go?
Keep going.
10U All-Stars, Piedmont from North Carolina, Michigan Youth Football, the Detroit PAL from Detroit area, NYS Nevada, Virginia American Youth Football, VAFA, Arizona, YFL from Phoenix area, Central Mass, and Delmarva from Delaware. 12U All-Stars, the big bracket, Virginia American Youth Football, otherwise known as VAFA, Central Connecticut Youth Football, Bayside Conference, Delmarva, Greater Illinois, NJAYF, Michigan Youth Football, Detroit PAL, Black and Gold from Texas, NYS Nevada, Arizona YFL, Central Mass, and Sound Mind, Sound Body from Michigan. 14U Big Boy All-Star, Blackstone Valley, Rhode Island, NJAYF, New Jersey, Michigan Youth Football, Detroit PAL, Arizona YFL, Central Mass, Central Florida Youth Football from the Orlando area, Suncoast AYF from Florida.
Suncoast?
And Delmarva. Suncoast is the Sarasota, Bradenton, Tampa area.
Welcome to the All-Stars.
There we go. 6U D2.
Here we go.
Columbia Knights from South Carolina. Bay Area Gators from Cali. Alachua Raiders from Florida. Secret Society Panthers from Maryland. Las Vegas Rebels from Las Vegas. The Primetime Elite Bulldogs from North Carolina, otherwise known as PTE. Brotherly Love Elite from Philly, and the Midwest Hawks from Illinois. 7U D2, the Columbia Knights from South Carolina, the East Manatee Bulldogs from Florida, first year in AYF, making it to the big dance. Las Vegas Rebels again, the Hampton Roads Ramblers from Virginia, the Germantown Ducks from Philly, Pennsylvania, Westport Patriots from Maryland, the Beacon House Falcons from D.C., and the Akron Bengals from Akron, Ohio. Whew. I'm going to keep rolling, D.
Yeah, keep going.
River Boys from Georgia, from Savannah. 8UD2, the Henderson Cowboys from Nevada, the Powerhouse Hawks from Virginia, the Springfield Tigers from Mass, Fort Worth Longhorns, Peppermill Pirates from the Maryland, D.C. area, the Legacy U Gators from Ohio, and the Texas Mambas. 9U Division II, the Oak Leaf Renegades from Florida, 703 United Lions from Virginia, Park Hill Pirates from Colorado, making their first trip to AYF Nationals.
Good group.
Texas Tar Heels, the Valley Boys from California, the Springfield Tigers from Massachusetts, City Life Raptors from the Maryland, D.C. area, and the Legacy U Gators. What am I'm doing something wrong with Germantown? Tell me what 10UD2, 702 Longhorns, 912 United from Georgia. 702 Longhorns is Nevada. Woodlawn Secret Society Panthers from Maryland. The San Francisco Brown Bombers, Springfield Tigers from Mass, Sturgis Hornets from Pennsylvania, the Fort Worth Longhorns from Texas, and the Detroit City Lions. 11UD2, the River Boys from Georgia, Las Vegas Hawks, Palmdale Knights from Cali, the G-Top Savers from North Carolina, been a few years. G-Top's back in the mix. The Kaufman County Cowboys from Texas, the Old Town Gators from Maryland, the New Britain Raiders from Connecticut, and the Motor City Chiefs from Detroit. Whew, I need a break. 12U Division II, the West Texas Buffs, the Oak Leaf Renegades from Florida, the Pittsburgh Junior Pirates from California, the EP Cavalry from West Virginia. I think that's the first West Virginia team ever to play at AYF Nationals. The Worcester Cowboys from Mass, Ginn Elite from Ohio, Brotherly Love Elite from Philly, and the Cedar Crest Comets from Texas.
Want me to hit it?
What?
Want to take a break? You want me to take a break? You want me to hit it?
Go ahead. I need a break.
All right. 13U D2 got the Arizona Champions, the Harmony Longhorns, the North Carolina Dark Horses returning, the Old Town Gators, the Dorchester Eagles, the West Side Cubs defending, Montclair Cobras, and the Cedar Crest Comets. So that takes us to the 14U D2. Toms Rivers Warriors returning again, Sarasota Sun Devils, the Bay Area Gators, the Motor City Jags, RVA United, the Arizona Suns, the Dallas Seahawks, and the Hill District Rebels. Now we're in the D1. D1, anything you want to say about D1, Craig?
No, keep going, man.
They're getting it going. D1, the Miami Gardens Ravens, the Metro Hurricanes, RCU, the Renegades Colts United, the Upper Marlboro Mustangs, the North Philly Blackhawks, Mega from the Bay Area, NorCal, Winston-Salem Indians, the Tiny Indians are back at 6U, and the Columbus Ice. Closing. All
right, they want me to say where the people are from, so I'll jump in here real quick. Raising Havoc, 7UD1 from Texas, DMVU, the Army from the DMV, the Blackhawk Athletic Club from Philly, Renegade Colts United from Texas, the Valley Boys, defending national champs at 6U from Cali, Midwest Hawks from Illinois, Air Academy from Washington, and the Old Town Ducks from Michigan. 8U Division I, DMVU NWO, Big Dummy, and the defending national champs from 7U last year. Las Vegas Rebels, Miami Garden Ravens, Playmakers Elite Bears from Virginia, Raising Havoc from Texas, the North Philly Blackhawks, Carolina Elite from North Carolina, CBE, the Benson Bruins coming in heavy this year with a bunch of teams from Washington State, Rosedale Tigers from the Maryland, D.C. area, the Staten Island Hurricanes from New York, the Old Town Ducks from Michigan, and the Lake Erie Sharks from Ohio. All right. 9U D1, defending 8U national champs. We got a pattern here. The defending champs, 3 in a row. Frankfurt Chargers out of Philly. Vegas Strong out of Vegas. Miami Garden Ravens, the River Boys from Georgia, defending D2 national champs, stepping up to big boy Division I this year. Tennessee Tiger Mob.
Tennessee.
Appearance at AYF Nationals. Midwest Hawks from Illinois, the Renegade Colts United from Texas, the Maryland Heat, the Hampton Roads Ramblers from Virginia, PME North from the Maryland, D.C. area, Benson Bruins from Washington, the Herbert Hoover Dirty Bird Elite coming out of Missouri, the West 7 Rams out of Michigan, Columbus Patriots Elite from Ohio, the North Carolina Giants from Charlotte area, and the Brick City Lions out of New Jersey. 10U D1, DMVU No Limit, the North Philly Aztecs, Vegas Strong, the Miami Garden Ravens, the Maryland Heat from Maryland, the Harlem Jets from New York, the Chicago Hellcats from Illinois, the Virginia Seahawks, the East Side Raiders from Michigan, Air Academy out of Washington, Legacy U Tar Heels out of Ohio, the North Carolina Giants, the LSN Chiefs out of Missouri, the defending national champs out of Houston, Texas, the Gorilla Mob, and the OG Ducks. Man, these divisions are straight.
Good brackets.
Straight
High
smoke.
brackets.
Straight. Unbelievable. 11U Division I, making their first appearance at AYF Nationals from the Big Island of Hawaii, 808 Elite. Playmakers Elite Bears from Virginia, the West Baltimore Ravens, the North Philly Blackhawks, the Southfield Falcons out of Michigan, the Watkins Hornets from D.C., the Benson Bruins from Washington, the O Supreme from Missouri, the Winslow Elite Boys out of New Jersey, the Piedmont Tigers out of North Carolina, Legacy U Hurricanes out of Ohio, Piedmont Tigers was North Carolina, the Miami Garden Chiefs out of Florida, the Houston Buffaloes, and the Brick City Lions. That rounds out your 11U division.
Out of Jersey.
There is no defending national champion in this bracket. There will be a first-time national champion in this bracket this year. 12U Division I. The St. Louis Trackhawks out of Missouri. The Miami Garden Ravens, 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U, 12U, going for their 6th in a row, the most storied team in the history, 30-year history of American youth football, going for number 6. Can somebody take down Goliath? The Columbia Knights from South Carolina, the Watkins Hornets from D.C., the DMVU Legends from Maryland, the North Philly Blackhawks, the East End Tigers from Virginia, the OG Ducks from Cali, the West 7 Rams from Michigan, the Brick City Lions from New Jersey, Air Academy from Washington, the Pathtown Packers from North Carolina, and the Southside Ducks back in AYF after a brief hiatus at 12U. 13U Division I. Now, this was a 12-state national state champion bracket from day one. Some of the teams actually don't even exist anymore. Internal squabbles, not enough kids to participate, spent all the money traveling all summer to play meaningless games, and now they don't have what they need to get here. So this bracket wound up 8 registered, 8 strong, and it's a hell
still
of a
high. Still a high bracket, Craig.
And I'll be honest with you, they only got to play 3 games, not 4. So most of the guys I talked to were a little happy about that. So we got the defending 12U national champs, the Watkins Hornets out of D.C., the Southfield Falcons out of Michigan, the national champ from 2 years ago, the Blackhawks from Philly, the Benson Bruins from from Washington, NTB Dynasty. They say they're coming. I talked to Coach Mo, and he said this is their year. They've had a couple war games here and been knocked out in some real tough games over the years, but they say they're ready. NTB Dynasty from Missouri, the OG Ducks, who were the defending 13U champs last year, not 12, which was Watkins, the Piedmont Tigers from North Carolina, and the Staten Island Hurricanes. All right. That's it. That's 13U Division I. That's all we got here, Chief. What do you got, D?
As everybody saw the brackets, they're out. You know who you're playing. Now the research starts. And we got there's some great brackets, gonna be some great games. It's gonna be, we're in football heaven for a week in Naples. So you have it. Everybody can go see who they're gonna compete with. Go see if you can find some film and get ready. Because we'll be here before you know it. And we wish safe travels to everybody.
All right, coaches, if you're on here, get with whoever registered you in the My AYF system, because on Monday, you're going to get an email packet from me. It's going to go to that person. So make sure if it's your team mom or your league president that they send that email to you. Okay? We look forward to this. We can't wait to get down to Naples. First, we got cheer for a couple days, and then we're going to roll right into football down in Naples. So we wish everyone safe travels, and we can't wait for it. All right, D, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got some shopping.
Appreciate everybody.
Later, guys.